Vasislos, it's your German boy here, and welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings. The last couple episodes have been phenomenal for the Soaring Club. We finally flew our glider, got to celebrate with a little beach party thing. And we're riding high. This is it's been a great last couple parts here. So let's keep those good vibes going into this one. Kotori groans as she turns the pages of the book, which is all written in English. Do you understand it?
なんとなくはわかるんだけど。ひばりね、早く帰ってこないかな。そしたら訳してもらうのに。
Kotori is reading a foreign book about morning glory and other similar phenomena. There are few records of such things occurring in Kazagara, so it looks like she came across this while looking for something similar. It would be great if there were some articles about phenomena that have happened in Kazagara.
しょうがないわ。何せ十数年に一度あるかないかのレアな現象だし。
It seems that when it happened 26 years ago, it was very sudden and was shown on TV and in newspapers as a rare phenomenon. If the photos that the Soaring Club had taken had been circulated, then the reaction to it would have been quite different. They didn't have the internet like we have now, so we've only been able to find articles and records from the time in the library. But we only know a little about this phenomenon.
どうやらあの雲の回廊は最低でも十数キロの長さはあるみたいね。
Said Kotori as she showed me the maps that she had made herself. The size was drawn based on witness ceremonies. It was pretty long. It went diagonally across the lake and then just kept going and going.
夜明け前に生まれて、日が昇ってしばらくしたら消えてしまうみたい。
How long does it last?
さあ、せいぜい2、3時間ってところじゃないかしら。雲の周りに強い上昇気流があって、それに乗ればグライダーで渡っていくこともできるそうよ。OB の人たちはそうやって撮影したんでしょうね。
I see. When the water vapor becomes a vertical draft and rises up into the sky, it's cooled down by the colder air, creating clouds. There's a strong connection between clouds and vertical drafts.
いつ起こるのかわからないんじゃ。準備のしようもないよ。
There are only 10 days left of the summer holiday. The countdown to Amane quitting the school has begun. Before then, we have to pass through the passage of clouds. No matter how good a glider we make, or whether we learn to pilot it perfectly, if the morning glory doesn't occur, we can't do anything.
はあ、こんなとこかな。
Ageha, who's working on something by herself, wipes the sweat from her brow and takes a breather. What have you been doing?
コックピット作ってたの。
Hmm? She had attached pedals and a stick that was like a yoke to a chair. Calling it a cockpit is slightly lame, though.
もう何よその顔は。これただのおもちゃじゃないんだからね。
Ageha took a cable that extended from her poor excuse for a mock cockpit and plugged it into the computer. Kotori, who seems intrigued, leans over.
シミュレーターを起動して。
I turn it on, as she says. Ageha sits down in the mock cockpit and operates the yoke. Then...
動いた！ラダーペダルは、上々。
Could it be?
シミュレータ用コックピットよ。
Operating the pedals and yoke attached to the chair moves the aircraft shown on the monitor. It feels just like watching magic or something.
これなら より本物に近い操作感が得られるでしょ。
Ageha moves out of the way, and I sit down to try it. Whoa! This is great! It really moves!
どうやったの？このくらい簡単よ。時間ができたら作ろうって思ってたの。天音先輩もよかったら試してみてください。
Ageha calls out to her, and Amane, who's sitting in front of the drawing board, lifts her head up.
何か言ったか？あまねちゃん、こっち来て。これで練習したら、あまねちゃんももっと上手になれるって。
Amane comes over and takes a good look at the cockpit that Ageha made.
ねえ、すごいでしょ？こんなの作っちゃうなんて、アゲハすごい。いや、だから、本当に大したものじゃないんだって。
Go ahead, Amane.
どれどれ？おお、ほんとだ。これはいい訓練になるな。
While muttering, I should have made it like this from the beginning. She operates the simulator for a while.
ウインチが戻ってくるまでの間、少しでも練習できればと思って。アゲハ偉い！
Why is Kothari the one who's happiest about this? If all the winch is broken and our club activities have grinded to a halt, we couldn't stand just waiting for time to pass. That's why everyone's been looking for a thing to do. The feelings that we're making even the slightest progress lifted everyone's spirits.
これはよくできてるな。こうして座ることでより臨場感が増して。
Amane is trembling.
シミュレーターなのに怖いぞ。それにも慣れることができて一石二鳥じゃない。
Letting Amane get in the seat, I stand a little further away, and while listening to them all, I happen to take a glance at the drawing board. When she has spare time, Amane is always at the drawing board. Some plans have been drawn here. But the aircraft has already been completed. Even so, I wondered what it was that she'd been drawing. It's a glider. The shape of the wings is different. The main wings were a bit further forward in relation to the fuselage. The outline was strange and quite different to the airplanes I know.
相変わらず暇そうだな。
Oh, it's you again. As I noticed this voice come out of the blue, I realized that at some point Mr. Tobioka had come into the garage. Everyone stops talking and starts acting warily of him.
何かと思えばゲームで遊んでるのか。それがソアリング部の活動なのか？
Seeing Mr. Tobioka appearing suddenly and making snide comments, Kotori looks like she's about to snap at him.
ダメだよ、小鳥。わかってるわよ。何かご用ですか？
山野辺先生が放任しているようなのでな。代わりに私が見に来てやったんだ。
Mr. Yamanobe is our advisor, but he hardly ever shows his face here. That could be because of the pressure from Mr. Tobioka. If he were to become actively involved with the club, he would become a target for Mr. Tobioka.
姫木、こんなお遊びのためにロボット部を辞めたのか。お前には期待していたんだぞ。
お遊びじゃありません。
Aga retorts sharply without any fear of Mr. Tobioka. He frowns in frustration.
こんな部を選んだこと、いずれ後悔するぞ。
そうならないよう努力します。
Really, she looks like she wants to say, I don't need your opinion, so get out of here. Bleh. Seems like she's putting up with it for now, though.
望月、また飛んだらしいな。
はい、テストフライトをしました。 ちゃんと活動しないと生徒会に怒られるので。
その時、ウインチが故障したらしいじゃないか。
なんでそんなこと知ってんのよ。
Was he watching too?
あれじゃない？山野辺先生には報告したから。
If something were to happen, just in case, we tell Mr. Yamanobe everything that we'll be doing.
また事故を起こすつもりか。もし怪我人を出したら、今度こそ廃部だぞ。と言っても、どの道あと10日か。夏休みが終わればお前も引退なんだ。頼むから、それまではおとなしくしておいてくれ。
はい。
We left it at that, and Mr. Tobioka left the garage.
なんなのあいつ！超ムカつくんですけど！ほんと嫌味なおっさんよね。ロボット部やめて正解だったわ。ねえ、あまねちゃん、さっきあいつが言ってた事故って、あまねちゃん？ああ、わかってる。事故はないようにしなきゃな。いや、そうじゃなくって。お腹が空いた。ご飯を食べてこよう。
Yeah, let's get off the topic for a moment. Amane pulls an unnatural smile, then stands up and leaves the garage.
何あれ？
Wait a minute.
さあ。
I get the feeling there's something else going
ね
on
え、事故っ
here.
てなんだろう？わからない。けど、
I don't have a good feeling. It looks like to Amane it's something in the past that she doesn't really want to talk about. Shy. Nighttime. I get out of the bath and it's about time to go to bed. Amane didn't seem herself today. Even at dinner time, she didn't eat much. Ever since Mr. Tobioka mentioned the accident. What happened? Everybody was worried about it, but it didn't seem like we could ask her about it. I walk along the hallway while thinking of that, and then Amane came down from the second floor.
小鳥はいるかな？
She's in her room, I think.
そうか。ありがとう。
Amane knocks on Kotori's door.
あまねちゃん？
Kotori pokes her head out from her room and is surprised to see Amane there. This is probably the first time she's gone to see her in a room like this.
少しいいかな？いいけど、入る？あ。
Kotori invited her in, then Amane went inside the room. Kotori went to close the door, then noticed I was there. She looked at me like, "What should I do? Come over here." But there's no way I could go in there. Eventually, she closed the door.
Gwa. 何か言おうかな、あまねちゃん。懐かしいな。ここは昔、イスカの部屋だったんだ。な、あと。あの頃、何度か遊びに来たことがあった。ハット用の出入り口を作るのも手伝ったぞ。そうだったんだ。通りで雑なわけね。あまり変わってないな。私、物が少ないから、ごちゃごちゃしてると動くのに邪魔になるし。部屋を見に来たの？そうだった。借りていたこれを返そうと思って。これ、イスカの高校日誌じゃない。返すってどういうこと？それは小鳥のものだろ？違うわ。私は見つけただけで、これ。 私のものでもないぞ。でも、あまねちゃんが持っているべきよ。だって、親友だったんでしょ？
Did I?
いつかは私に見せたくて、それをここに残したわけじゃない。
Is Isuka?
もしそうなら、直接渡すか、ガレージに置いてたはずだ。そうだけど。この部屋にあったんだろ？そこの棚と棚の隙間に挟まっていたの。隠してたみたいだった。君が持っておくべきだと思う。いつかもそう思ってるはずだ。あまねちゃんがそれでいいなら。私も君に持っていてほしい。うん、わかった。ここに来たおかげで、またハットにも会えた。わっか。楽しい夏休みだったな。あまねちゃん、まだ終わってないわ。うん。でも、モーニンググローリーは来るから、絶対怒るから。小鳥が言うと、本当にそうなりそうだな。なるもん。それじゃあ、もう寝るよ。おやすみ、小鳥。ハット。おやすみ。わあ。というわけなのよ。
The corner of the garage. In a blind spot which couldn't be seen from the drawing board, in the shadow of the glider, we were whispering to each other.
じゃあ、あまね先輩から返してきたんだ。その高校日誌。うん。
Kotori had told us the details about what happened in her room last night. Seems pretty meaningful.
でしょ？だからもう私、どうしたらいいかわからなくって。身辺整理ってことなんじゃないかな。もう引退も間近なわけだし。やだ。そんな悲しいこと言わないでよ。私だって言いたかないわよ。でもしょうがないじゃない。
Usually, even if you quit a club, you still carry on coming to school. However, in Amane's case, she'd already gained enough credits, so as long as she doesn't fail any of her exams, she'll be able to graduate. As she said before, once she leaves, she'll go back home to help her father with his work. She probably won't come to school anymore. When we think about it, we all start to feel really down. Because of Amane giving Isuka's flight log back to Kotori last night, we became strongly aware of the situation.
これ、ほとんど日記だね。イスカはグライダー制作の知識はほとんどなくて、実質、あまねちゃんが作ってたみたいなの。
According to the diary, Isuka was the pilot, it seems. Amane made it, and Isuka flew it. Looks like those were their roles. I remember when we first joined the club that Amane said there was no pilot. That must be what she was talking about. In the log were all the details of the production process. Rather than being a flight log, it was more like a production log, so I wonder why Isuka called it a flight log. But it seems that Isuka wasn't a particularly diligent writer, so there are many days where nothing at all had been written. There were a lot of things that wouldn't mean anything if someone else were to read it. For example, it was pointless talking to her about that thing. She doesn't know anything about what it's like to be young, and so on. The only ones who'd understand was the person who wrote it and her, most likely Amane.
やっぱりこれって、あまね先輩にとって大切なものなんじゃ。だから返そうとしたのよ。でも、私に持っていてほしいって。なんでだろう。私が見つけたからかな。
She might think of it as something you've inherited.
受け継いだ？何を？
Isuka's dreams. You came to the soaring club cause you found it, didn't you?
うん。
So, don't you think that maybe Isuka brought you here?
そっか。あまね先輩からすれば、イスカさんの思いが小鳥を動かしたようにも見えるわけね。
Isuka's dreams of longing for the sky are revealed here in the flight log. If those dreams are what moved Kotori, it could be said that she inherited them.
そうなのかな？
Try to remember. In the beginning, when we were talking about getting new members, Amane wasn't very positive about it. But when you brought that photo in the flight log, her attitude completely changed, didn't it?
そういや、そうだったね。あの時は事情がわからずにいたけど、あまね先輩にとってはすごく運命的な出来事だったんだろうね。
Kotori, who feels a heavy sense of responsibility, makes a serious face as she goes into deep thought.
ところでさ、気になることがあるんだけど。
Ageha flicked through the flight log.
あった、ここ。
At some point, I won't be able to stay here, was written there. It looks like it doesn't have much of a connection to the context of what's written before and after. It just appears suddenly and seems kind of out of place.
なんだろうね、これ。
Also, the same kind of thing appears several times.
これ、学校を辞めちゃうってことかな。
Upon reading more, it doesn't really say why they had to leave.
何か事情があったのよ。ここから去らなきゃならない理由が。じゃあ、イスカさんがいなくなったのは事故とは関係ないってこと？それはわからない。
It seems like it, the more if you think about it.
けど、ハマネちゃんがモーニンググローリーを飛びたがってるのはイスカのためなんだよね。
Kotori opens a page in the log. This is what was written there. I still can't forget the emotion I felt when I saw that photo. That such a beautiful view could be from above the town where we live, and the sky that's always there, stretching out far and wide. Even so, she didn't seem so surprised, and looked like she wasn't moved at all. That's why I thought I'm gonna take you there, for sure. When she sees the real thing, even Amane would be brought to tears, and she'll definitely be moved by it, no doubt about it. This is the page where the photo was placed inside the book. You might be right. There's no way that Amane, who's scared of heights, would want to fly above the clouds. Despite that, she caused problems for her father and continued to stay at school, becoming the super repeat student. She must want to go there to see the view that Isuka wanted to show her.
あまねちゃん。なんだ？
Kotori, jumping up out of her wheelchair, hastily hid the flight log behind her back.
さっきから何をこそこそ話してるんだ？なんでもないの、あまねちゃん。そうそう、こっちの話ですから。
Amane looks at me. Like she says, just talking amongst ourselves, shooting some shit. As I answer, Amane pouts.
そうか。私だけ抜け者か。
Ah, crap. She's really upset. Since she was concentrating on the drawing board, I thought she wouldn't notice what we were doing.
違うの、あまねちゃんの、送別会をね、企画してて。送別会？今年で引退しちゃうでしょ？だから、
Kotori's voice fades away. Although she used it as an excuse in the heat of the moment, we don't really want to talk about Amane leaving. In the place of Kotori, who had fallen silent, I continue the story. Yeah, we were planning it in secret because we thought we might surprise you. We're gonna prepare all your favorite things.
そうなんです。そうか。それは悪いことをした。送別会か。楽しみだな。
It seemed that she believed us and then returned to her position in front of the drawing board. That was close.
でも、これでしなきゃいけなくなったわね。
That's fine. Let's have a farewell party.
嫌だけど、やりたい。
I nod in agreement with Kotori. It's not that I want to say goodbye to Amane. However, if that is the way it is, I want to give her a proper send-off. Is this the only thing you need?
シャーペンの芯がなくなりそうだから、それも買っておこう。
I follow Amane into the stationery store. Today I've gone shopping with Amane. I'm what you might call a bag carrier. Even so, going out with Amane, just the two of us, could be called one of the perks of the job.
よし、もう忘れ物はないぞ。
9. Shall we head back?
今日はありがとう。おかげでいっぱい買えた。
9, it's no problem at all. Amane bought paper and equipment for drawing, and also some other tools. For what purpose, I don't know. The amount and the weight would be too much for Amane to carry by herself.
けど、どうして急に買い出しに付き合ってくれたんだ？
But well, I thought it might be tough to do it by yourself. Today, I've been entrusted with a secret mission. While the others prepare for the farewell party, I have to buy them some time. A few days ago, it was hastily decided that we would hold a farewell party, but in order to surprise Amane even just a little, we planned to keep at the very least the day and time of the party secret. Right now, Kotori and the others should be proceeding with preparations at the dormitory. They should be alright with that. They had called for some help, so they told me not to worry. Huh? Amane, where are you going? Amane started to walk in the opposite direction to the school.
荷物を持って帰るんだ。飛び多そうに。
Huh? Varum! Aren't you gonna put them in the garage?
ああ、これは寮で作業できるように買ったものだからな。
Really? Oh shit. That must be why she's buying large amounts of the same things that she has on her desk in the garage.
どうしたんだ？帰らないのか？
Well... Oh, this is bad. If she goes back to the dormitory like this, they'll be caught in the middle of the preparations. Why don't we go for a little stroll or something?
別に構わないが。
What's this all of a sudden, her face seemed to say, but she agreed to it. Alright, let's go. As far as possible. As far as possible. Following that idea, I chose the course for the stroll. If we take a detour past the lake along the promenade, then I noticed that we were walking up a gentle slope.
これは見事だな。
Amane let out a sigh as though she was impressed by the sight of the windmills lined up along the gently sloping hill. Is this the first time you've seen them?
下から見るのはな。湖越しにか、空の上からしか見たことなかった。
Not many people would have seen this place from the air. I was one of those few people now, and I felt quite proud of that.
ここは自然エネルギーの研究施設だったな。私が慶風学園に来た頃には、まだ建設中だった。
It was when I'd moved away from here. I see. At that time, Amane was already a student of Keifu Academy. You were in the robot club in the first grade, and after that you joined the soaring club, didn't you?
ああ、そうだ。入ったというより、部を作ったという言い方が正しいな。
Together with Isuka, is that right? For a moment, Amane looks at me in a mysterious way, then nods. She must find it strange to hear us using Isuka's name.
私はイスカに誘われたんだ。イスカがあの写真やガレージを見つけてきて、ソアリング部を作ろうと言い出した。
I wish I could have seen it.
何をだ？
You at that time. Amane at the same age as Kotori and Ageha.
うん。
Amane looks at her own again.
今とそう変わらないと思うぞ。
I can't imagine Amane Mochizuki as a young girl. Her height might not have changed much since the time she joins the robot club. What did you do in the club back then?
それも今とそんなに変わらない。グライダーを作って飛ばそうとしてた。あの頃の私はグライダーにあまり興味がなく、ただイスカが写真の場所へ行ってみたいと言うから、それを手伝っている感覚だった。
Is it different now?
航空工学は私の専門分野ではないが、研究してみると面白い発見がたくさんあった。それに、みんなと、小鳥やアゲハや葵くんと一緒に何かをするのは楽しい。主翼が完成した時のことを覚えているかい？
Yeah, of course.
あの時、嬉しかったんだ。みんなの力が、いや、気持ち？うまく言えないが、それが形になったような気がして。だから、飛ぶのは怖かったけど、テストフライトが楽しみだった。
Amane. Without realizing, I feel taken aback. I usually never know what she's thinking, but now I knew that she felt the same way I did back then.
きっと、何でもいいんだと思う。みんなが夢中になれるものなら。
That just happened to be the glider. The rest of us could probably say the same thing.
ずっと知りたかったんだ。イスカが夢中になってた理由を。
Says Amane as she looks into the distant view on the other side of the lake.
あの雲の回廊を飛べば、それがわかるかもしれない。
So that's why it's your goal. In that place, even if she's all alone. Maybe even now, Amane isn't really that into making gliders. The thing that she's chasing after is not the sky, but Isuka. Where is Isuka now? The question that I'd been on the verge of asking before, but had stopped myself, just slipped out. Amane looks at the windmills turning slowly in the wind.
さあ、わからない。どこかへ行ってしまった。
Amane was smiling. Not like she was sad or lonely, but like she'd given up. I regretted asking such an unnecessary question. Not knowing what to say next, I look up at the windmills with her. Every time I see them, it's such a tranquil scene. Feels as if living life rushing around, living according to time is so silly.
それにしても暑いな。ソーラーパネルが大活躍だな。
Yeah, Other than the windmills, there are also solar panels to generate electricity. In the direct sun in the middle of summer, they must be working like crazy right now.
そろそろ帰ろうか。
Huh? Well, what should we do? Maybe we can stay for a little longer. I checked the time on my cell phone and it's still a bit too early.
でも暑いぞ。ほら、汗がこんなに。
She says. Okay, let's go to the convenience store. I'll buy you an ice cream.
アイスか。いいな。
Looking like she was about to start drooling, Amane immediately started walking. I go after her, carrying the bags.
私はストロベリーのやつがいいな。甘酸っぱくて美味しいんだ。
Go ahead, have whichever one you'd like. In order to buy them some time, it looks like I'll need to get her about 2 or 3. We're gonna be eating later, but that shouldn't be a problem for Amane.
ただいま。
You know, I think I'll leave it off here for this time, and I'll save the next I'll save the party itself for the next episode. So till then, it's been your German boy. Auf Wiedersehen.